Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we will be looking at the SparkLE and we will be looking at what it can do, what you can do with it, and how it impacts your music career. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so here we have our little setup. So this is the Spark. And as you can see, nothing is going on right now. That's because we haven't connected it to the software yet. So let's go ahead and open a new project. I'm using Studio One, by the way, artist version 3. Let's go ahead and say Spark test, press enter. And yeah, so let's go to instruments and select Spark. So it's loading right now. Okay, so now it is, as you can see, connecting to the SparkLE. So now we have our sound, and here you can select, if you press the big knob, you can select sounds or go enter the sound library, and as you can see, you have a large selections of different sounds of many different genres like hip hop, EDM, house, and so on. So let's go ahead and select a pack. SparkLE, the VST plugin, provides you with finished sound packs. So let's just choose this one and let's listen to it. Okay, I like this sound. As you can see here, you can access the sounds through the pads. You can change to the second side here. So if we go to main here, you can see this is the first slide, and then if we press on this, we are on the second slide. Okay, so now we have this little beat that was already made. We can make our own by deleting everything. And we can record our own little beats, so we have to activate the metronome. You do that by pressing select, and then you can see metronome here, metronome, or also number 14. So now we have the metronome, as you can hear. The BPM is set to 120, as I have in the program here. So yeah, let's record something. So here we have a little drum. You can play around always and just find what's good. If you wanna not record and just test, you can stop and go off of the record button and just see what sounds there are. So Spark already, the VST plugin already quantizes everything for you and puts it in place, and so it's in beat. And yeah, so now we have a little beat, nothing big, simple. Here we can modify our beat by using the filter. If we go to main, this is the filter. You can change the resonance and the cutoff. So let me show you that. And if we press on the filter then we can just select different types of modifications or filters. So let's see. So like this one, for example, or we can also go to slicer. What the slicer does is basically plays the beat really fast, so it's like a roll. So let me show you that. So that's how it works. However, we can also select different types of slicers. Let's use the tape. I like this one especially because it makes the beat sound like a destroyed cassette recorder. So let's listen to that. Yeah, I like that sound. And here we have different settings. So now we are going to look at the solo and the mute. So what these do are, if we play the beat, we can mute different buttons. So then we can just unmute them and they'll play like normal. So as you can see, if you muted them, they will show blue. And if you unmute them, they'll be like this. So with solo, it's exactly the opposite. If you select one pad, it will play the thing that is on it, the sound that is on that pad. So it's not muting, it's just putting this solo. And we can do this for everyone. So if we can go away from this or clear this by just pressing on it again. And yeah, so here we have the basics. Now you can also put your own sound set. You can make your own sound set by accessing or going into the studio. Or first of all, let's make a new empty space or an empty project. Okay, so once you selected an empty, or you can also just use another library and just modify it, that's fine. And yeah, so we can choose a bass drum or a kick. If we click above the icon, you can pick any bank. I'll just do SparkLE Factory. So bass drum, we can just pick anything, and then we'll have a bass drum. So this is the first square or the first pad here. This is going to be second, third, fourth, and so on. So here we have our bass drum. Then let's select a snare drum. We can do this here. Snare drum. Just pick anything really. Okay, so I have just finished my sound library. So let's go ahead and check it out. We have a bass drum, a snare drum, a hi-hat, an open hi-hat, a crash, a bass, and 2 synths. And yeah, let's go ahead and try to record with that. So always when we record, we have to hit the record symbol. Okay, so there we have a little beat. Okay, so now that we have our song or beat, we can put it into our library by clicking save. You can just, for the bank, you don't even have to select anything. For the style, you can select the style you want it to be in. So this one would be hip hop. And you can put a title, let's just call it the test, from artist, I'll just put Marius, and we can just select a picture. I just selected this one, then we press OK. Yes, we do want to save. And yeah, so now it should be in our sound library. If you go to our user, you can see test, we have our picture there, and we have our beat in there. So last but not least, I want to tell you how this has impacted my music and general life. So first of all, it's extremely portable. You can just take it anywhere. It also comes with a case. Let me show you. This is the case, and yeah, you can just put it in your backpack, just take it somewhere, jam with it, you know. And the good thing about this VST plugin, it works for any musical software. And yeah, so how this has impacted on my music, it just gives you a whole new set of sounds that you can play around with and record with, and it just makes, yeah, you just have more possibilities to add sounds to your tracks or to your songs. And yeah, that's basically it. So this is not the only device that has made big impact on my music. There's also the Novation, the Impulse, and my first MIDI controller, the Akai MPK Mini. The MIDI keyboard has made a big impact when I only had my interface and my microphone. I was only able to record with guitar or anything I can just plug in to the interface. But the Akai or the MIDI controllers have given me like a lot of opportunities to play like keys or just, experiment with sounds. So I really recommend buying this. It's for anyone, for beginners, for advanced studio producers. It really gives you something to do if you're bored, and you can just play around with it. And as I said before, it's extremely portable and it's affordable. I think you can get it for like $200 max. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video or review of the SparkLE. I hope it gave you a whole new idea of musical production and what to buy to improve on your music. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Tune in next time.